Over 900,000 Americans get blood clots every year, and they kill more people than AIDS, breast cancer, and car accidents put together. Too many of us are still not aware of the very important early warning signs of blood clots, even though they can mean the difference between life and death. We're going to talk about the 8 most important danger signs today. By learning more about health, you can take charge of your life and maybe even save the lives of people you care about. What are blood clots? When blood changes from a liquid to a semisolid state, clots grow. They are like quiet attackers in your body. Platelets are tiny cells in your blood that stick together with proteins to stop clotting when you get hurt. This process can be a way to save lives. When these clots form without an injury, or don't break down on their own though, they become a secret threat. If you don't do anything about it, these clots can move through your bloodstream, block important routes, and put organs like your heart, lungs, or brain at risk. It can have very bad effects like causing strokes, heart attacks, or lung embolisms. The best defense you have? Early discovery and medical help at the right time. If you know about these risks and act quickly, you can protect your health from these hidden threats. Number 8. Swelling in one limb. Imagine waking up with one of your arms or legs really swollen. This could be a very important sign of DVT, or deep vein thrombosis. Not just the swelling. Pay attention to how the part feels as well. Does it feel warm to the touch in a strange way? When you press on the swollen area, does it hurt? If the skin turns red or blue, that could be a sign of a change in color. This is your body's way of telling you something is wrong. It's possible that there is a blood clot in the deep lines of that limb, stopping the flow of blood normally. Ignoring these signs could be dangerous. You need to move quickly to avoid problems that could be life-threatening. Number 7. Unusual chest pain or shortness of breath. It is not only scary when you quickly have chest pain or are gasping for air, it could be a sign of a pulmonary embolism, PE. Consider a blood clot coming from somewhere else in your body and getting stuck in your lungs. This blockage can cause a sharp, stabbing pain in your chest that gets worse every time you breathe. There may also be times when you feel like you can't catch your breath, which is both scary and important. This isn't just a case of being tired. These signs point to a serious and instant health risk. Number 6. Sudden weakness or numbness. If you feel suddenly weak or numb in your body, it could be a sign of a stroke, which is a serious medical event that needs instant attention. A blood clot is making its way to your brain and stopping the flow of oxygen and blood that you need. This blockage can cause signs like a stroke, and it's important to notice them right away. Some people only feel weak or numb on one side, like in their left or right arm, leg, or even face. You might feel like a part of your body has lost all feeling or gone limp all of a sudden. Don't just brush it off as being tired or sleepy. Number 5. Abdominal pain and digestive disturbances. If you have sudden, serious abdominal pain that is out of the ordinary and very painful, you should pay attention. This could be mesenteric ischemia, a serious disease not as well known that happens when blood clots form in the blood vessels of the intestines. The blood flow to your intestines gets cut off. This would cause serious pain in your abdomen that might feel like a sharp cutting feeling. Along with this pain, you may feel sick, vomit, or have other digestive problems, which are easy to mistake for a normal stomach upset. Don't overlook these signs. They could mean a dangerous blockage is stopping blood flow to your intestines, an important sign of blood clots. Number 4. Leg pain or cramps. Have you ever had a cramp or pain in your leg in the calf area? It's easy to think it's just a muscle cramp, but it could be a sign of something else, like a blood clot. For most people, blood clots in the leg happen in the calf. They can cause pain or cramps that feel like strained muscles. But unlike regular cramps, these can get worse when you move around. You may have noticed that the pain gets worse when you walk or stand up. Don't ignore this leg pain that won't go away as a small problem. Number 3. Red streaks or spots on the skin. Have you ever seen red spots or lines that don't seem normal on your skin? There may be more to these marks than meets the eye. Some people get superficial thrombophlebitis, which is when a blood clot forms just under the skin's surface. It is easy to see these red spots or lines, which often go along with other symptoms. Pay close attention to any marks that are itchy, swollen, or warm. Changes in these areas can mean there are major problems below the skin. Number 2. Unexplained bruising or bleeding. It's not just a matter of being worried when you see bruises you can't explain or find that you're bleeding more easily than normal. Some people with these symptoms may actually have a bleeding problem, which can make them more likely to get blood clots. Imagine cuts or bruises that seem to bleed longer than they should, or that show up even though you haven't been hurt. These aren't like that. They inform you that something might be wrong with your blood clots. These signs should not be ignored and should be looked at more closely. Number 1. Coughing up blood. Coughing up blood is another sign of a blood clot, especially one that has gone to the lungs. This sign may be scary and harmful at the same time. Most of the time, it happens when a blood clot breaks free, generally from the deep veins in the legs, and moves to the lungs. The clot blocks the pulmonary arteries once it gets into the lungs. It means that the clot is causing a lot of irritation or damage to the lung cells if you cough up blood. This could cause swelling and even bleeding in the lungs. It's a very bad sign that often comes with other PE symptoms, like rapid shortness of breath, chest pain that gets worse when you cough or breathe deeply, feeling dizzy, or even passing out. This condition can be life-threatening and needs to be treated right away to break up the clot and get the blood flowing normally again in the lungs. How to prevent blood clots. Keeping your health in good condition means avoiding blood clots, especially for people who are more likely to get them. Here are some important things you can do to help stop blood clots from forming. Number 8. Stay active. Being active regularly makes your blood flow better and lowers your chance of blood clots. Take breaks to stand up, stretch, and move around if you work at a desk or are on a long journey. Number 7. Maintain a healthy weight. Being overweight raises the chance of blood clots, especially deep vein thrombosis, DVT. To keep your weight in check, try to eat well and work out regularly. Number 6. Stay hydrated. Staying hydrated helps keep the blood from getting too thick, which lowers the risk of blood clots. During the day, try to drink enough water. Number 5. Avoid smoking. Smoking slows down blood flow and can make clots more likely. One of the best things you can do for your heart health is to stop smoking. Number 4. Limit long-term immobility. If you have to stay still for a long time, like when you're on bed rest or traveling long distances, try to get up and move around every so often. If your doctor tells you to, wear compression tights. Number 3. Follow a healthy diet. Eating lots of fruits, veggies, and whole grains can help your blood flow and lower your risk of blood clots. Fish and other foods high in omega-3 fatty acids can also be good for you. Number 2. Manage chronic conditions. Diabetes, heart fibrillation, and high blood pressure can all make you more likely to get a clot. Number 1. Be cautious with hormone therapy. Birth control pills and hormone replacement therapy can both raise the risk of blood clots. Before we end, remember how important it is to know these 8 top signs of blood clots. Every sign, from swollen limbs to bruises you can't explain, tells you something important about your health. When you put your health first, you need to be alert and pay attention to these signs. If you have any of these signs, you should see a doctor right away. Your proactive attitude could be a big part of keeping things from getting worse. Don't stop now. Share this video if you want to help others. Doing that could be a very important part of saving lives. Being aware is the first step to stopping it, and we can all make a difference if we work together. Do not forget that taking care of your health means you are also taking care of your future.